Hi, today is February 12th, 2019. This is Abby. Hey, Abby.
Hi.
Abby entered the office in late September 2018. Abby, would you like to just share what some of your primary complaints were coming into the office last September?
Sure. Just the fact that I had chronic headaches. I felt like I woke up in the morning with a bad headache every day, and I would just drink more caffeine to get it to go away. And then I also was dealing with ADHD and some anxiety and was on medications for both of those things. So I didn't want to go on another medication now to treat the headaches. I just had general brain fog and it didn't feel great at all. I felt like I couldn't lose weight, wasn't sleeping well, even when thought I was eating well, I wasn't feeling better.
Also difficulty with breathing, correct? Your asthma?
Yeah, and I do have asthma. So yeah, that I've had that my whole life, so that wasn't necessarily a primary concern of mine, but as always, I'd rather take fewer medications if possible.
So, what did we ask you to do? Kind of what happened?
Yeah. You asked me to be totally committed, which I am and I was, and to cut out dairy and gluten were like the two big things while we waited for my test results to come back. And in those 2 weeks, in just waiting for test results to come back, dairy, gluten, and sugar. And in doing that in those 2 weeks, my headaches were going away and I was feeling better. And I moved from I didn't drink coffee anymore and drink green tea when I felt like I wanted caffeine. And then once the test results came back, there were certain foods I needed to stay away from. So that was hard because they were two of my favorite things were apples and almonds, which were like my healthy snack, my go-to healthy snack, and I was highly reactive to those. So cut those out along with some other foods and went on sort of a rotational diet for 4 days, eating different foods every day and then rotating that, and still no dairy, no gluten, no sugar, not even any fruit. So that was hard.
What was the other thing that we found from a biochemical standpoint that was provoking a lot of your symptoms, you recall?
Yeah, one of the biggest things, well, to me, I guess it's not surprising, but is that I had a severe candida overgrowth, which after you explain that to me, I am totally a sugar addict. I love candy. I could live off of it. So it was sadly not too surprising, I guess, to see that candida overgrowth was a huge problem.
And the candida overgrowth, it's a commensal fungal bacterial overgrowth that was dramatically contributing to your brain fog, to your digestive distress, to, I believe, your anxiety and depression issues, and even your breathing and your asthma.
Yeah.
So beyond the food part, what else did we ask you to do?
Get 8 hours of sleep every night. Get exercise regularly, and to drink half of my body weight in ounces of water every day.
And you did a nutritional program on top of that, right?
Oh, yes, and on all the vitamin supplements that I was taking.
So today you shared, I just said, I'm just curious, as compared to where you were when you started, what percent of improvement did you feel you've gained over the last 4 months?
I said that I would say 80%. I mean, I feel so much better. The only reason I guess I don't even go higher than that is because I'm still working on getting some of my weight off. And that's
how much weight have you lost, Abby?
13 pounds.
13
probably.
pounds. And how about some of the other symptoms you mentioned initially? What's changed?
I guess the biggest things for me are that my headaches are gone, and then just this...
Totally gone?
Totally gone.
After how many years of struggling with these headaches?
Well, it was the last year for sure. They were kind of getting worse and worse. And then, so no headaches. And then just generally my body feels so much calmer. I don't have, you were explaining it to me as little fires going off all over my body, and I didn't really understand that until that initial 2 weeks when I cut all that stuff out. I just felt calm. I didn't sweat as much. So I felt like all of that was helping with my anxiety.
So the inflammation in your body was going down as a result of not exposing yourself to those triggers that were igniting those fires. Yes.
Yeah. And then the other thing too is that I have been on pretty much my whole life, a daily inhaled steroid just to keep my asthma, under control. And then I just use my albuterol inhaler as needed and when I exercise. And I have, probably for the last 3 months, I have not used my daily steroid inhaler.
Why?
I just kind of started forgetting about it because I wasn't, my breathing wasn't a problem at all. And so I kind of was just seeing if I could go without, and my breathing's been perfect. I mean, I use my rescue inhaler every now and then because of the cold weather, but other than that, my asthma's really improved, I would say.
That's awesome. So all in all, how difficult was it to actually implement what I asked you to do?
Some parts were more difficult than others. It was difficult, and it was difficult just because it gets annoying explaining to everybody else around you, like why you can and can't eat certain things, and everybody just, doesn't understand. So that was frustrating in social situations. And then for me, the biggest thing was the sugar. That still continues to be the dairy and the gluten for me were not as hard because there's so many, I like vegetables and meats.
Alternatives.
Yeah, but no fruit, no sugar has been the hardest thing for me.
So do you have any advice for future patients who might be watching this video with chronic asthma, breathing issues, anxiety issues, even depression issues based on your questionnaires, and weight issues, all the things? Yeah, do you have any advice?
I guess my advice would just be to try to be committed and to try it. I think it's crazy to see the changes that can happen in your body from changing your diet. So I know that I've learned a lot, and I will be better and I will do better now because I know better. So that would just be my encouragement that, it's hard, but it's harder to feel like crap and have no, light at the end of the tunnel.
Abby, you've done a great job for these past 4 months, and
Thanks.
You're reaping benefits that are even a little surprising for you. And I see this regularly. 3 to 4 months is kind of a very important point. We're at a point of reevaluation, and so we're going to modify what we need to do based on your improvements. And super proud of the work you are as a full-time working mom and wife and all the hats that you wear. So great job.
Thank you.
Abby, do I have your permission to share your story with doctors, students, patients, anywhere?
Yes.
Any restriction on that?
No.
Great job.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Thanks.